right now, it really feels like everything is new. All of our virtual programs are new, and we're really constantly adding programs. Um, we've got concerts. We brought Molly Mouse online. We have weekly trivia, um, and we're just really seeing a lot more. I think a wider variety, yet kind of a contraction, just because some of our in-person programs don't translate well online. We are also really increasing our virtual services. The library is making a tremendous investment in ebooks and e-audiobooks this year, in part because we're not buying physical materials since the library buildings are closed. So ebooks and e-audiobooks, you'll see a lot more availability of popular titles. And hopefully you'll be able to get those popular titles more quickly. Online magazines, we have a tremendous selection of online magazines, a lot of really popular ones. And I have to say, I don't particularly like online magazines. I love ebooks, but not online magazines. However, the interface for the online magazines for reading it's very easy to use, and it looks really nice on your computer or on a tablet. Um, Streaming movies, live tutoring. We're now offering virtual reference. You can call our Google Voice number as well as chat with us on our website. And like Robin said, we're redesigning our website. It's Since more and more things are happening online, it's really important that our website have a higher level of usability, both for patrons but also for staff. If you looked at the back end of our website, it's it's pretty awful, and it's hard to make updates. It's hard to to put new things up. It's hard to format. So the public, when we launch our new website, will see really a beautiful new website. On the back end, I think it's even more exciting because we'll be able to do a lot of the things that we wanted to do a lot more quickly. When the website designer showed me both the front end and the back end, I was even more excited about the back end than the front, but they'll both be great. We're also improving our event e-blasts. I don't know if either of you subscribe to our e-newsletter, but if you do, you've seen a change in format that I think makes it easier for you to understand what events are going on and any library updates. We're also really improving our social media, especially during this time, including YouTube. We just, let's see if I can launch this. There we go. Since we're doing so many programs online, Tom, who's here on the call with us, has taken over and is doing our YouTube channel. And we really expect to build it out more so that you'll be able to go back and rewatch programs if you wanted to, as well as if you missed a program. Say you missed our first online concert with Miriam and Albert, you can go back and watch that. So we'll really be making even more use of YouTube as well as other social media.
That's cool.
You mean you'll have like the yoga classes in there too?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Yep. Tom, do you want to say anything about the new YouTube channel?
Sure, yeah. Just for our base plan that we're working with right now is I'm going to try and record pretty much every program we run that is feasible to be recreated online. Like if it's a book discussion, nobody wants to watch like 5 people talk around like a book discussion, so I don't plan on having those online. But all of our exercise classes, and we're currently working on not just having the recordings live, but potentially streaming them live as they're going on. So if you can't make it at 9 a.m. for chair yoga to the library on a Friday, but you could do it from your living room, we will stream it live to YouTube and you could watch it as it goes on, so that you at least have that participatory part, which I think is a big thing in the program. It's watching an exercise video is not quite the same as participating as it's going on live. So it's not just recordings that we're planning on doing. It's also going to be like a whole live streaming of stuff as it's going on, a Sunday concert, stuff like that. So you'll be able to view it afterwards, or if you can't get to the library on that day, view it live and still get that live experience. You can, write in the chat and talk to people as you watch it. So I have a lot of big plans for the library, and I think that this jumpstart of being not in the building for 2 months is going to be beneficial to us moving online.
Yeah.
That's great, because part of the reason why I think the virtual is so good as well is because I have a background working with severely handicapped people, and so many people are not ambulatory, so they can just tune in to the library and get a class. It's great.
Yeah, I really find we're reaching way more people than I ever expected. That like we didn't have a significant digital presence before the library closed, and we're reaching a lot of people that I don't think ever would have stepped foot in the library at this point.
Yeah.
These services.
Well, I think those classes are wonderful. I mean, you don't have to get dressed. You can sit in your own comfortable room. It's, I love it.
Yeah, I think this was an eye-opening experience for us. We didn't realize how many people would love to use our services, but maybe not in the physical building space.
Absolutely.
More convenient.
And another service that we have launched during the pandemic is if you're wondering what to read or what to watch, right now, as of today, we have 26 book newsletters that you can now subscribe to. If you go to the library homepage, if you go to the library homepage and you go down to the bottom, and you click on library news and updates, you can now subscribe to updates about all library events, as well as all of these different types of books. And this was something that we were beginning to do right before we closed. And it's through a service called Library Aware. But what we've done with these book newsletters, since you can't get to the physical items, is we've been modifying the e-newsletters so that all of the books that we're recommending while the library is closed, and even potentially in the future as the library reopens, they're all available or likely to be available on Nassau Digital Doorway as ebook or e-audiobooks. We can't make that guarantee that they will definitely be available, but the librarians do try to select titles that have multiple copies available. So sign up for whatever you're interested in, and those will be rolling out. You'll start getting the first of those newsletters later on this month.
Oh, it's on there now? We could subscribe?
Yep.
Okay.
That's cool.
And let me go back to my presentation. And then the next thing is really personalized, customized recommendations. It's, with everyone stuck at home, we wanted to call upon the powers of our librarians as recommendation experts. And if there's something that you're interested in, we will recommend books, movies, TV shows. Just tell us what you like, and you can also even tell us what streaming services you subscribe to, and we'll make customized, personalized recommendations for you of things that are available as ebooks and e-audiobooks. So I think that's pretty exciting. We haven't had a lot of people use that, but we'll be doing more of a push, more promotion of that. Now, I just wanted to talk about a few more things that that we're doing that I hope you will tell people about. Since early April, we've been offering weekly check-in calls to those who request it. Our part-time circulation clerks have been calling all Long Beach Public Library card holders. And right now, they're currently making over 20 calls per week to patrons who requested check-in calls. And the positive response has been really amazing. Sometimes it's just a few minutes to say hi and make sure people are doing okay. Sometimes it's really an in-depth conversation that's an hour and a half long. And we're really going to be promoting this service because even as the region is able to open up in phases, there will really still be a lot of people, particularly those in high-risk populations, who need to stay home and minimize external contact as much as possible to keep themselves safe. So we do want to continue this. And then based on the positive response to weekly check-in calls, a staff member had the idea to expand this service to include check-in calls or even reading books and magazines, nursing home and assisted living residents. So we're currently working on that. And
great.
Yes.
I really think it's great. I really am like impressed how you have an outreach program. I don't believe the city of Long Beach has one, but if I'm wrong, please correct me. I think it's wonderful, and I've already heard a compliment in one of the virtual workshops that said, "Can you believe somebody from the library called me?" I mean, it's amazing.
I'm so glad to hear that. I don't know if the city has an outreach. I believe that they do. I'm not sure it just takes this form.
Okay, but the only outreach that I have gotten was from the UFT retiree program, and they called last week and said, "I'm just calling to see if you have everything you need." And I was like so impressed. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Tara, you are really, your whole staff, I know you say it's a team effort, but I'm an AWE, okay? You are
Thank you, Robin.
amazing, okay? And I've lived here 21 years. I raised a child here. I have a 26-year-old, and Jennifer will attest to that. I've been in the library many times, right, Jennifer?
Absolutely. One of my best art teachers used all my artwork.
Right? And I'm telling you, Tara, I think you're the best thing that's happened, and your team is the best thing that's happened to Long Beach. Thank you.
Thank you. I will make sure to pass that on to everyone.
Yeah.
Jen can too. And then the next thing we really have coming up is summer reading. You know, we normally have an in-person summer reading program, but this year summer reading is likely to be entirely online, and there's a team working to prepare a new and fun online summer reading website for kids, teens, and adults. They're also working on programming ideas, including kits to potentially pick up and take home to participate in online programs. We'll be launching summer reading in June, so stay tuned for that. Jen, is there anything you want to say about summer reading?
This will be the first time we're trying an online component,
Yeah.
and we're in the process of setting it up, but it's very exciting because we can do a lot of different things with it.
Yeah.
So as we build it, we keep coming up with ideas. So we have way too many ideas at this point, but that's good. We'll
Yes.
take a starting point and go forward. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And for all ages.
Yes, for all ages.
Mm-hmm.
And while I really don't have a timeline for when we're going to reopen, we have been thinking about and planning for what reopening looks like. So really right now we're in step one. We're providing virtual services and we're planning for reopening. Whenever we get the go ahead or you know, from the state, from the county, from wherever. Our next step will really be to bring staff back to the libraries. And what we'll be doing during this step is reconfiguring the building, both public spaces and offices, to ensure physical distancing, and getting ready for step 3, which is introducing modified services to the public. This will include things like contactless checkout, whether it's, you know, maybe coming in partially into the building and taking something off of a shelf, or curbside delivery. The logistics of curbside delivery are pretty complicated, and I think we all know that parking tends to be a bit of an issue in in downtown. So we're really trying to figure out if curbside delivery is even feasible. So during step 1, step 2, and step 3, and even step 4, we're going to continue all of our virtual programs and services. And then step 4, oh, I did not mean to put September 4. That's not a date. It's a step.
Yeah, that's wishful thinking.
Yes.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, we'll really be, whenever we get to that date in step 4, it'll be about gradually and safely increasing services to the public. It might be, you know, letting people in for
Right.
appointments, for certain types of things, maybe small programs where people can be physically distanced, but a lot of that is just really so unknown right now as the situation changes, that really all we can do is just have sort of a reopening outline and be really flexible.